What's up, everyone? Welcome to the solo edition to the Rated G podcast. I'm your host, G. Derrado. For those of you who are new here, welcome to the show. Here on this podcast, I like to discuss just about all things and anything related to art and creativity, as well as certain events in life that relate to art and art industry, the entertainment industry, all that good jazz. And I usually feature other artists and creatives to discuss said topics, as well as trying to promote their brand and their business. So if you enjoy this type of content, please follow if you are listening, subscribe if you are watching, ring that notification bell so you can keep up with the uploads. And if you want to keep up with myself and my guest, you can follow our social media links, which will be provided down below. And please do not be shy in the comments. I'm open to critiques, questions, whatever it is that's on your mind that relates to the podcast. I'm always open to trying to make it a better experience for the listeners and watchers. So please, again, don't be shy in the comments, and share with your friends if you think they'd be into this kind of stuff. Okay. So yeah, this is as I said, a solo edition. It's been a while. I try not to do too many of these because I look at the numbers and I am aware that they are not as popular as as it generally is when I do have a guest appearance. But just as of late, it's been life has been a little hectic, and I don't know, there's just been some very interesting things, some interesting happenings that I just want to just talk about. um, and I'll start with this crazy widespread technology outage. I don't know if anyone's heard about it, but let me just pull out the article that I came across. But yeah, this past Friday, so just for transparency purposes, today is the 22nd. It's Monday. So on Friday, a faulty software update causes havoc worldwide for airlines, hospitals, and governments. All right, this was published on the 19th. And according to what is this, New York? New York Times or whatever. Anyway, I'll provide a link for this article. But a faulty software update caused technological havoc worldwide on Friday, grounding flights, knocking down some financial companies and news outlets, and disrupting hospitals, small businesses, and government offices. The breadth of the outages highlighted the fragility of a digitized world dependent on just a few providers for key computing services. The trouble was sparked by an update issued by cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike and only affected its customers running Microsoft Windows, the world's most popular operating system for personal computers. It was not the result of hacking or a cyber attack, according to CrowdStrike, which apologized and said a fix was on the way. Businesses and governments worldwide experienced hours-long disruptions, their computer monitors glowing blue with error messages, and they got blue screened. And they scrambled to deal with the fallout. CrowdStrike CEO said some of their systems will require time-consuming manual fixes. Before I move further on, like, how crazy is that, huh? And let me just add, like, I've kind of not that I'm gonna say I predicted this, but there was another solo episode that I recorded sometime last year. Could have been around this time last year, I believe. I'd have to look back. But I remember just sort of speculating the idea of a uh not an outage, but like a purge, like an internet purge or something like that. Um, but just kind of crazy, like here we are. This this shit happened, and only because of an update. Like, man, can you imagine? I mean, now this is this might be a little exaggerated, but like imagine just like updating your whatever software on your computer and it just fucking just shuts down, maybe not the whole world, but just to shut down a portion of how like a lot of majority of the world operates because again everything's digitized, but like just damn, just because of an update. Shit. Just imagine like if something a bigger uh like a larger corporation or something, they try to update and it just shuts down even more of the world. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. Thousands of flights were canceled and tens of thousands were delayed, leading to long lines at airports in the US, Europe, Asia, and Latin America. Airlines lost access to check-in and booking services in the heart of the summer travel season. By late afternoon Eastern time, the worst appeared to be over, though there were still lingering cancellations and delays due to the cascading effect of this disruption. Several local TV stations in the US were prevented from airing the news early Friday, and some state and local governments reported problems at courts, motor vehicle departments, unemployment agencies, emergency call centers, and other offices. But as the day progressed, many of the systems were getting back to normal. That's kind of weird, right? Like, why would you prevent airing that kind of news out to the public? Like, I found out because of Yahoo News, which I imagine is probably a joke to many, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, I still I still check out their headlines that they send me. Um, and I mean, honestly, uh, if not all of the articles I talk about are, from Yahoo News. Some others like I'll do some research on my own just to get a little more clarity on the situation. But so I haven't done. I'll admit I have not done that much digging on this matter. Um, but still, like again, right? You extrapolate that, and God forbid something like that happens again, but with like again a bigger company that has an impact on even more of the world. It, like I don't know, like when Instagram seems to shut down for a portion of the day, some people freak out, right? Um, so yeah. Uh, let's see. Affected hospitals had problems with appointment systems, forcing them to suspend patient visits and cancel some surgeries. Yo, that would, man, so unfortunate. Allison Baulos said her 73-year-old father's heart surgery in Paducah. Man, I might botch that one. Paducah, Kentucky was canceled Friday morning because of the tech outage, leaving her family scared and worried. Damn right. I mean, so again, like this could have led to like many deaths and casualties, like, and who's to say they didn't? Because again, like like who knows what is being published. We don't, I think it's safe to say we never know the full story of things. So, you know, my my thoughts and my heart goes out to those that were like very affected by this. Like especially if you have family members that are about to undergo some uh you know major surgery like heart surgery, and I hope nothing hope nothing unfortunate happened to that family's father. In quotes here, it does really make you just realize how much we rely on technology and how scary it is. Balo said in an interview, also, I apologize if I'm, like botching this person's name and also botching the name of the city of in Kentucky. Uh, Balo said in an interview, she said her father was waiting at Baptist Hospital to find out what will happen next. A phone message left with the hospital was not immediately returned. American Express said it temporarily had some difficulties processing transactions, while TD Bank responded to online complaints by saying it was working to restore customers' ability to access their accounts. Excuse me. Elsewhere, where experienced minor inconveniences, including trouble ordering ahead of at Starbucks, causing long lines to form at some of the coffee chains. All right, well, come on. Fucking there's whatever, dude. I can't get my Starbucks. Ding, ding. Like, yo, whatever, dude. Get your fucking coffee from somewhere else. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got so triggered with that shit. In New York City's Times Square, right before 12:30 a.m., the blue recovery screen popping up on laptops appeared on several giant electronic billboards. A few were dark Friday afternoon. Um, that would bug me out if I was living in the city and just suddenly seeing the billboard just going blank, like the blue screen you would get on your laptop. Yo, that shit would be like, yo, what the fuck? A disturbing reminder of vulnerability. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Cyber expert James Bohr said real harm would be caused. All of these systems are running the same software. Bohr said, we've all made of these tools so widespread that when things inevitably go wrong, and they will, as we've seen, they go wrong at a huge scale. So that's what I was just saying before. Like, God forbid something even more major, more like they're just saying widespread. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna rule it out that this may happen again. I mean, he says it will happen again. The head of Germany's IT security agency, Claudia Plattner, said we can't expect a very quick solution. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to if we're talking about a global scale event. A forecast for when exactly all systems will be up and running is difficult, but it won't be hours. She added, okay. CrowdStrike said in a recording on its customer service line that the problem was related to the Falcon sensor, referring to one of its products used to block online attacks. The company says it has 29,000 customers. In an interview on NBC's Today Show, CrowdStrike CEO George Kurtz apologized, saying the company was, in quotes, deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. We know what the issue is and are working to fix it, Kurtz said. However, he noted it could take some time for certain customers, especially those lacking in house expertise. While CrowdStrike's update was automated, the fix requires hands on work such as deleting corrupted files, which could take some customers days or longer, said Forrester analyst Ali Mellon. Now, so here's, we're like, we're all conditioned to things being automated. Like, maybe we need to, like, for something like this, like, maybe that needs to actually be done by hand, right? Like, because then at least when there's a person or like a team of people working on something like this, like an update, at least then there might be an incentive of like, all right, we're gonna update the system for yada yada yada. Let's, you know, let us. Oh my God, I'm having a trouble speaking. Why don't we inform our customers, right? So I don't know, just a thought. Uh, let's see. So in quotes, given that CrowdStrike has a ton of customers, a ton of Fortune 500 customers, and they have likely millions of, in parentheses, computers under management, this causes a bigger issue, Mellon said. It's going to be a long and arduous process. Um, Ann Johnson, Corporate Vice President and Deputy Chief Information Security Officer at Microsoft, said late Friday afternoon that, in quotes, at this point in time, I would say that customers are receiving or have received the necessary information they need and are getting the support they need, understanding it's a very major issue. So, again, maybe not have something like a procedure like that be automated. Have Pay a team of people, of expert ITs, to run your update and send out word to your customers and let them know, hey, this is about to get updated in case there are any inconveniences while trying to access or operate on whatever software. Anyway, she said Microsoft's primary focus is getting customers back online, but could not estimate how long this might take. In Alaska, the state's court system returned to functionality after repairs that took 12 hours to complete, according to the spokesperson, Rebecca Coford. In Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds said the state's critical technology system were up and running again by mid-afternoon. Shares of CrowdStrike, which is based in Austin, Texas, ended Friday trading down more than 11%. Microsoft's stock price fell less than 1%. Though the outage impact could be felt far and wide, the forecasting firm Capital Economics said it was likely to have little impact on the world economy. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's a plus. Um, Cybersecurity experts said those affected by the outage also needed to be wary of bad actors reaching out, claiming they can help. Attackers will definitely prey on organizations as a result of this, said Gartner analyst Eric Greiner. In a letter to customers posted on CrowdStrike's website, Kurtz said the outage did not affect its Falcon system or its security scanning. Wait, what? I thought in the beginning of the article it said it was. Maybe. All right, I'd have to go back up and um let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my place. Shit. Okay. Um Cybersecurity experts said those affected by the outage also needed to be wary of. Oh, okay, sorry. Just read that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, air travel delayed everywhere. Most airlines attributed the problem to their booking systems. Thousands of flights were affected in the US alone, though by late morning on the East Coast, airlines said they were beginning to mitigate problems and resume some service. Unclogging the system takes time, though. Yeah. At Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, Sarah Schaefer was delayed getting to her cousin's 50th birthday party in Florida. She had been waiting for almost 3 hours with no indication of when her flight would be rebooked. Now that's fucking frustrating. Yeah, I can only imagine how frustrating that is. I don't fly a lot or even frequently, but I can imagine. In quotes, I seem calm, said Schaefer. who was using a cane because of an ankle injury, but my angry side might come out. Ooh. I don't know. Airlines and railways in the UK experienced long wait times, and airports across Europe suspended landings or halted takeoffs for several hours due to the difficulties in checking in passengers. Saskia. Oh, hmm. This name unique. Saskia Oettinghaus, a member of the German Olympic diving team, was among those stuck at the Berlin airport. In quotes, "We are on our way to Paris for the Olympic Games, and now we are at a standstill here for the time being," they said. In Cancun, Mexico, the main tourist destination in the Caribbean coast, the state government said there were 24 cancellations and 100 delayed flights. Some travelers tried to liven up the long waits by singing traditional Mexican songs, Solito Lindo, while a band was also stranded, was playing in the Cancun airport. So, all right, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. Keep the spirits up. Broadcasters go dark, surgeries delayed, blue screens of death. In Australia, national news outlets, including ABC and Sky News Australia, were unable to broadcast for hours. Some news anchors went on air from dark offices in front of the computers showing blue error screens. In the U.S., KSHB TV in Kansas City, Missouri aired Scripps new aired Scripps News instead of local news until about 5:35 a.m. The station said on its website. All other local stations owned by Scripps reported similar problems, though Scripps spokesman Michael Perry said early Friday that 90% of stations were able to air local news. Hospitals in different countries also reported problems. Britain's National Health Services said the outage caused problems at most doctors' offices because appointment and patient record systems were affected. At Mass General Brigham, the largest healthcare system in Massachusetts, also scheduled non-urgent surgeries, procedures, and medical visits were canceled Friday because of the outage, according to the spokesperson. Some international shipping was disrupted too. A major container hub in the Baltic port of Dansk, Poland, said it was battling problems, and at the twins ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, marine terminals were affected, although the outage didn't cause significant disruptions. The Vision corrects the spelling of the last name of the spokesperson of the Alaska court system to Coford. Oh, this version corrects the spelling of the last name. Okay. Uh, Kurtenbach reported from Bangkok. McHugh from Frankfurt. Okay, so these are just like the names of journalists from around the world that contributed to, I guess, spreading the news. Um, Crazy though, huh? Is there more here? I won't read the whole thing, but it's just so again, God forbid well, I believe it's gonna happen again. It's just, there won't be a telling of when, right? Like no one expected this happening, but I believe it'll happen again to some scale. Hopefully not a bigger scale to that of recently. But there was a clip that I just thought was interesting. Uh, Let me pull it up.
According to your statement, it was a single content update that has managed to shut down air travel, credit card payment systems, banks, broadcasts, street lights, 911, emergency around the globe. Why is there not some kind of redundancy or some sort of backup? How is it that one single software bug can have such a profound and immediate impact?
Well, when you look at the complexity of cybersecurity, you're always trying to stay one, excuse me, one step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me. Man, just 1 second, please.
Take a drink of water. Oh yeah, take a drink of water.
Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
So just for the listeners that are listening here on this, we got this interview here on I don't know what news station, but there is some text on the screen here saying, OMG, CrowdStrike CEO starts panicking and choking on his words when the media asks him why a single content update could shut down the entire system. Look at how nervous this man is. What is he hiding? And it's true. You watch him, he's just like, so that's, I mean, look, not to get too conspiratorial about it, but I mean, uh, so like I just said before, this is surely going to happen again on some certain scale, and just hopefully it won't be on a much wider scale than this recent one. All right, because like I was saying before, there have been like I feel like it's happened at least a few times with social media where either Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, they kind of like, you know, they were lagging somehow, or they weren't operating, um, as we expect them to, like, I mean, they're like, I think the last time, right, like you would try to go on your Instagram page and it wasn't loading your content or anything. If I remember correctly, I remember there when I would try to go on my Instagram, and it would like the screen, it would show, it would as if it was like I was a brand new account, and I would freak out because I'm like, fuck, like, like I don't, my Facebook practically got erased, like my personal Facebook page. So I was like, shit, is this happening now with my Instagram? Like, because I mean, now I only got one solid platform for my art business, and it would just like, it would really, it would really suck to have to start from ground zero and just rebuild everything. Um, but yeah, that was like the one of the things I would see trying to operate on Instagram when that shit like went out for like a day, is that I would go on and it would either show me the screen as if I was a new account, or it wouldn't upload all of my content. Uh so yeah, I don't know, man. Weird. But again, man, I fucking preach about this all the time, just how reliant we are on technology. Like we're barely reliant on ourselves anymore. It's like, and when everything is automated, like shit, you know, shit hits the fan when something stops operating the way we want it to or expect it to. Like when it just all of a sudden happens out of the blue. No pun intended, blue screen. But it's just, yeah, that was crazy. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what to say about that other than just like get used to being unplugged for the day. I don't know. Like I've always talked. I know I've been vocal about just trying to have that balance between um usage of our devices and social media and trying to like live a pre-internet life. Right? Just live your day, enjoy the outdoors, or enjoy the company you may be in, or just enjoy the present, find something to do. What was it during COVID when we had like a slight outage with social media? And actually, no. Well, I feel like that did happen during COVID, but in my town that I was living in at the time, our whole like the whole like apartment complex uh had an outage. So we had no electricity or anything, and we were just, I was like reading a book. I went from just looking at screens and scrolling to reading. I think I was reading The Witcher at the time, and drawing and just doing things offline. We were unplugged. We had to live an unplugged life for a few days, if I remember correctly. And after like the first day, we were, I'm not gonna speak for my wife, but I felt at peace. I was like, this is kind of nice. you but I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see, huh? Another very interesting, another very interesting article I came across is the first robotic suicide in South Korea. Now, this was actually published a while ago, June 10th. This article was published, and how bad is how bad is South Korea where their robot has to be like, nah, I'm good, and just off themselves. Yo, how crazy is that? Um, or like how crazy is the world? I don't know. I don't want to just blame South Korea, but so here we go. The first robot suicide has just been documented in South Korea. Um, and let's see, the mysterious destruction of a worker robot has led many to believe that the first robot suicide has just taken place in South Korea. Okay. Taking place in Gumi, I might be pronouncing that wrong, so I apologize. The second largest city in, oh, geez. Okay. Uh, Second largest city in Gyeongsangbuk-do, South Korea. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best here. A civil servant robot by Bear Robotics was reportedly seen circling an invisible object before diving down a 2-meter tall staircase, almost if by choice. The eerie thing is that this robot supervisor was programmed to travel between floors using the elevator. Oh, and there's like a little video from NetShark. I'm going to click on it.
Korea's first robot suicide. So, this civil servant robot was found unresponsive after falling down a staircase in the city council building. The incident, which occurred around 4 p.m. on June 20th, has been dubbed the country's first robot suicide. The robot, a product of Silicon Valley-based Bear Robotics, had been functioning normally prior to the incident, working from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was designed to call elevators and move between floors on its own. It delivered mail and administrative documents before the first and fourth floors of the building and ran promotional activities. Witnesses then reported seeing the machine first spinning in place as if something was there. It then moved towards the stairs that connected the first and second floors and fell approximately 2 meters, resulting in significant damage. The city council collected its part for analysis to determine the exact cause of the fall. Theories posted on social media about the incident range from mechanical failure to overworking.
Overworking? Like, I'm sorry, but when I hear overworking, I automatically think of, like a person just like burnt out and emotional, like, um, but like, I don't know. Like, wouldn't just the battery die if it was overworked? Like, that's the wild thing. It's like for a machine to sort of find itself in that situation. What does it say here? As a country that heavily incorporates robots in its workforce, South Korea is accustomed to having robots as employees, and this particular robot even had its own key card ID. Loved by coworkers as a diligent comrade, Robot Supervisor started work in August 2023, worked a 9 to 6 work schedule, and was responsible for delivering documents throughout the building. Now, pause for a second here, because 9 to 6 work schedule, it's like a normal human being work schedule. Like how like maybe it is a malfunction thing, but it is like that is kind of wild. Just like all right, I'm gonna digress. I'm sorry. Um, Continue on with the article. As silly as it sounds, some experts are suggesting that the robot may have had an emotional breakdown or maybe have been overworked, overused to the point where it had a malfunction. So I was trying to avoid getting to that to saying that. I couldn't articulate my thoughts into words, but they just said it. Like the chances of a robot um having an emotional breakdown, like I mean, that's always been the argument in iRobot is like robots don't have emotions, right? So what's really happening here? The story has since caused quite a stir, and people are curious to learn what the exact cause was to make the robot speed off the staircase to its demise. Parts have been collected for a thorough diagnosis, but in the meantime, the internet is sending its tributes to the fallen machine. Is that the end of the article? It is. So it's like I'm kind of surprised. How did I come across this article too? I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what? This is so here's what's funny. I found out about this not from media or any news outlets, not even Yahoo News. I found out about this from famous stand-up comedic actor Eddie Griffin. Yeah. Okay. If you're not familiar who he is, he was in shit. I know he was in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo with Rob Schneider. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I'm drawing a blank on some of his movies. Um, but like, what are the odds of like finding out this type of news from a stand-up comedian? And I don't know. I guess he has like his own. I guess he has his own podcast. I don't know. Like, because in the video, like he had his own like desk, like a panel, and he just was talking about this shit, and I'm like, yo, what? So I googled it, and yeah, it's pretty wild. Um, so yeah, like how like I mean, the the thing the task that this robot was programmed to, it's like that's not stressful, right? I mean, I obviously throughout its 9 to 6 hour shift. I don't know how stressful that job can be. But just like, oh shit, ooh, crazy. So, man, I don't know. It's like, while we're all like amazed by how advanced technology is becoming, it's just like seeing the other side of it being revealed, like seeing this side of it being revealed. It's like we need to take mental notes of this. But yeah, that's all I got on that on that report. But it's just like fuck, how stressful is the real world that even robots with a simple function will quote unquote get so stressed out and overworked that it's just gonna be like, you know what, fuck this life. Just like, roll off a couple of flights of stairs. Anyway, what a world, huh? What a time we are in, folks. Speaking of, now this is we're gonna switch lanes here. Because I don't, not to get political here, okay? But due to certain political events, okay? Um this one of these major sticker companies, called Sticker Mule um, found itself sort of sabotaging their business a little bit. I mean, to call it sabotage, I mean, yeah, it kind of did sabotage their business a bit because look, I'll just say it, right? There was assassination attempt on Trump, and I guess the CEO of Sticker Mule felt the need to make a post about it. And yeah, they posted on Instagram. I'm sure it posted on X and all the other platforms. But a great population of their clientele were not happy about it. And yeah, I mean, look, right? I feel like I've learned I had to learn a little bit from myself. Like you gotta take politics out of your brand, your business model, or whatever. Like you just don't don't share your political views, man. Because that shit will, it's either gonna make or break it. Now, I'm not gonna say that they lost all of their clients, that they still have some support, but I mean it's been sort of eye-opening just seeing the divide. Like some people were um I mean, some people were just still showing support. I guess they're just showing support in their transparency. A lot of people did not appreciate that because they hate Trump, So I mean, I get it. But yeah, and it's just funny see like I only see their threads when I happen to be on there. Uh, and it's just like, man, no matter like like power to like the social media like person or the marketer, like whoever takes care of the social media, because like anytime they post something, they're getting all this fucking hate from, you know, um, I guess the Democrats and stuff. So it's just like, damn. And honestly, I didn't even know about the whole thing with Sticker Mule till one of my followers sent it to me. And I'm like, why? I honestly don't even know why they like I don't know why they like what it was they like I don't know what sparked the idea for them to share it with me. Like I don't know why I popped up in their head about it. And but well, let me see. Let me find the post that they made. Um, so I guess they made this post, and this is the one that people were not happy about. Um, so they made this one post. It says, Donald Trump was shot. I don't care what your political views are, but the hate for Trump and his supporters has gone too far. People are terrified to admit they support Trump. I've been scared myself. Americans shouldn't live in fear. I support Trump. Many at Sticker Mule do. Many at Sticker Mule also support Biden. The political hate needs to stop. Today, a bullet almost killed Donald Trump. He's got 5 kids, one's still a teenager. And then I guess just like people just like they just fucking just blew up and just started fucking, you know, just started talking some shit in the comments and probably sent DMs and emails. Um, oh, and extends. No one should have to die and sacrifice the happiness of their family to run for office. If Donald Trump can risk that, the least the least the rest of us can do is vocalize our support and help end the hate. The more people realize that kind-hearted, compassionate people support Trump, the sooner the hate will end. I'm speaking up today and will do more in the future to stop this insane political hate. Awesome people all over the world love Trump. Don't limit your friendships and don't diminish your happiness by indulging in political hate. Vocalize your support. Stop the hate. And this is by the co-founder of Sticker Mule, Anthony Constantino. Now look, man. Ooh, someone outside with a freaking nasty sound system in their cars, definitely nearby. I don't know if you can hear that. Uh, so yeah, people were not happy about that post. Um, and yeah, like it's, I guess it's, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't know the insights of their business and like their numbers, but I mean, just, in the it's like, yeah, in the comments, it's like, is them versus, them versus the other. And it's just wild to see that stark difference in like, yeah, it's just like guilty by association, I guess, or just like, I don't know, because like everyone's like, oh, it was fake, it was staged, it was this, and like, all right, like, hey, I sort of believed it was kind of staged, right? But to just like blatantly say it was fake is kind of fucked up because a man had died, and I believe a couple of people were injured. Like, you know, other people had to pay for that, whether it was staged or not. And there's so many conspiracies behind this whole thing, so much shit. But it's just like, hey, this fucking sucks that the fact that these people had, other people had to, pay for that. It's just like, I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter or Biden supporter. I already feel like I'm in trouble for saying that alone, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't wish that upon Biden, right? So I'm probably gonna get shit for that too if anyone's actually paying attention to this episode. But it's just like what it like that whole event on Saturday, right? This just happened. Um, Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. And it's just the world seems to be like, it's still on fire. Like it's just wild. So I don't know, man. I don't know what else to really say about it. Like this again, there's like people are pointing fingers everywhere and they're digging into like the background of like the shooter and oh now there might be there's two shooters. Like it's all mess. Like it's almost like a John F. Kennedy situation. Multiple shooters. Ugh. Is it an inside job? Ugh. I will say though, like not to sound like a misogynist or anything, but like that female secret service, uh, like they, man, like if you saw, I'm sure people saw the videos. That does not look good. All right. All right. I'm gonna digress. I'm gonna digress and move on to another downfall. Um, which is Disney. The Disney downfall. Because I think it's safe to say we're all aware of the state it's currently in, right? Like it's not doing well. And it's I don't even know, like it's just so sad. It's so sad. Um just so sad. I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I do know. I have my notes here. So one of the recent things I saw on Instagram, this this lady posted a video talking about how Disney is now uh denying the fact that so you I'm sure when you watch like a classic Disney movie, in every Disney intro you have the reveal of the castle and it has Tinkerbell like fly over it to make that arch, right? And it does the ding. right? Apparently, according to Disney, that never happened. Tinkerbell never flew over the castle in the movie intros. So it's like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, and according to this person, I should have saved the video. But according to this person, I guess she went back on the movies on Disney Plus perhaps, or maybe on YouTube. I don't know. But she said when she went back to go see if that was true or not, like they like wiped it. She couldn't find any movies that had that. So I feel like I guess the only evidence that you could show is the VHS. So if you have a hard copy on VHS, you can prove that. But yeah, apparently Disney's like, nah, that shit never happened. Like what? But it's just so sad that Disney is just ruining these popular IPs that we fucking love, man. I mean, I'm talking it's ruined the MCU, it's ruined Doctor Who, it's ruined Star Wars, and even the parks are they're not the happiest places on earth anymore, apparently. I'm seeing more and more reports of public brawls at these parks, like brawls between attendees and even cast members. Like I saw one video of these I mean, now I don't know what kind of Pacific Islander, but they were cast members for sure enough for Moana. And I guess something happened with one of the customers. They got into they got in the fisticuffs, and then the police came in and took one of the cast members in for honestly I don't really know all the details to it, but just like I think the customers, the attendees were like just acting drunk and inappropriate. I believe they swung first, and then that's just what led to one of the cast members being arrested. But it's just like, dude, like this like thank God I never witnessed that the two times I've been in this was it Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one's in Florida. I always get them mixed up. But if I had witnessed that shit while visiting, like that would have fucked up my whole trip, you know? Um, but it's just like, man, what is happening? And yeah, I don't know. Parks yeah, they're just like becoming more exhausting too to have fun. Like everything is like so expensive now. And yeah, I don't know. I'm like really glad. I'm glad I don't have that like desire to go back. Like and so I don't know. Hopefully in due time they'll get their shit together. They'll get rid of some certain figures involved and they'll be able to rebuild that, you know, rebuild Disney. Make Disney great again. Can we make a Mada hat? Make oh no, that wouldn't work. Nah, that don't work. It'd be like a Mediga. 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 Make Disney great again. Yeah, that don't work. Oh, forget that. But the one of the last things I saw reported about Disney was that a 3-year-old was found dead at one of the parks. Um, and it was hold on, let me just pull up the headline. Body of autistic 3-year-old boy found after he went missing from resort near Disney. Now, I'm not saying it's the park's fault. If I were to, point the finger, it'd be at the parents, for not paying attention. Uh, Not that I want to, come to their defense, but it's like when it's crowded, it's fucking crowded. sometimes that shit gets like shoulder to shoulder. So it can be really difficult to maneuver through when it's packed. And so like it just that's a true devastation there that happened to that family. But it's just it really doesn't sound like the happiest place on earth anymore because of all this stuff that's being reported and also being posted by, social media users. It's just it's really sad. Um so let's discuss something briefly that is more positive. Yay, something more uplifting. And that is there is proof that apolitical movies can succeed. That's right, folks. Believe it or not, there are movies that are not woke, that are not politically driven, no agendas or anything that still make money. Two examples are one, Despicable Me 4, which I had no idea was happening, but I guess it came out like a little while ago and it reached $500 million. And the second example is the recently premiered Twisters, the sequel to Twister with I forget their names, but one of them passed away. Bill Paxton. Yeah, Bill Paxton was one of the main actors. You know, rest rest in peace. But yeah, that recently premiered and it made 123 million, which is good. I mean, I think that's I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it sounds like it was more than some of the recent Marvel films or Disney films, right? On an opening weekend, I believe. Like that's pretty good. So there's hope. There's hope. I mean, and there's many other examples of especially with television series. There are a bunch of other shows that have succeeded that were not, again, politically driven. So I'll even say shows that are becoming more politically driven are failing now. Like The Boys, right? That's on what is that on Prime, I believe? Like The Boys used to be highly praised because of it, because it's a superhero film, and it's like real gritty and gory and graphic. And apparently it's going downhill because it's like it got so political now. So go woke, go broke, go political, go broke, go broke. I can't think of a word that rhymes with that. But like I said in the earlier, you got to keep politics out, man. Got to keep it out. That's about it. All right. That's all I got for you for now. And shockingly, I was able to keep it within an hour. Um, I don't have a lot to plug in terms of events other than that this Friday, big night for your homeboy. It is the opening reception to my first ever solo art exhibit for my art series called Tech Utopia. I've been if you're a frequent listener or watch or viewer, or you follow me on social media, you may be aware of my art series Tech Utopia. The opening night is this Friday at Artworks Inc. in Richmond. It's from 6 to 8, and the exhibit will be up until August 17th. And again, I'm really excited. I'm really proud. I'm a little anxious, I'll be honest, but I'm just overall really proud. I've said it so many times when I'm plugging this event. But yeah, the 26th, that's the Friday. yeah, if you're a local audience member, please come through. If you don't have any plans that night, okay, I'd love to meet you and talk about the art series or just talk about art in general. So yeah, come on out if you're in the area. And yeah, I don't really have events planned out. I mean, I do have one. Well, technically I have 2 in August, but I'm gonna wait till I have like a because I had one event moved from this month to August. It's a First Friday event with Moon Market. So that got canceled because of the weather. So I'm pretty sure I'm waiting till we get some updates on it, but that, and then again, this one I feel like it's not set in stone, even though they kind of told me. But Norfolk Flea Market on August 4th, that's another one. So I don't know if anyone is like in that area. The other event, First Friday, that's on the 2nd, so First Friday of August. But yeah, other than that, you can always shop online to see what I got for sale. The artofgtorado.square.site. And because it's been a rough season because of the heat, it's been a rough season for a lot of us local businesses to make them sales at these markets. So if there's nothing online on my store that perks your interest, you can always book me for a custom art piece. All right, if you want to commission me, just reach out. For your first commission with me, you get an automatic 10% discount. Shipping and handling are included in the price, and I am open to payment arrangements if you are working with a tight budget. So yeah, just hit me up if you are interested. And yeah, and to really end on a lighter note, because I usually like to end with a nice quote, inspirational, meaningful quote. I actually forgot to do that on the last couple of episodes, I think. So this one is from Jack Kornfield. I've shared a quote of his in the past. It was actually his birthday on the 16th, so happy belated, Jack Kornfield. His quote goes like this: "In Zen, they say there are only 2 things. You sit and you sweep the garden. And it doesn't matter how big the garden is. As you quiet your mind and listen to your heart, you discover that your spirit will not be satisfied unless you also tend your garden. Pick something you care about. It can be local or global, reducing racism or fighting climate change. Add your voice and energy. Plant seeds for a more compassionate future. You can't change it all, but your freedom empowers you to contribute to the world, and your love gives you the way to do so." So I hope that, provides something to you. Because I've always said since discovering his quote, and it was kind of paraphrased, but tend to the part of the garden that you can touch, especially when the world is going mad like it is today. Tend to the part of the garden that you can touch. All right. So with that, I leave you with this: stay safe, stay healthy, and stay driven. And I shall catch you on the next one. Peace out, my friends.